Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name. Hello, family. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome to another series of our Smart Financial Move season, where I teach every day on topics that have major impact on our finances here in the UK. My name is Jidele. If you are joining me for the very first time, I've been away for a while, but it's nice to be back again. Alright, so I do this once every quarter, and it's called the Smart Financial Move series, whereby I teach every day for 10 days this time, talking about different topics that has major impact, especially for us who are immigrants here in the UK. I am your favorite financial educator here on TikTok, and I've been doing this for a couple of months now, years, I guess. And today I'm starting again our Smart Financial Move series. If you are joining me for the very first time, you're welcome to one of the best live stream that you can ever experience online. All right, so what are we doing today? Somebody would ask me. All right, I do this once every quarter, and I teach about different topics that have major impact on us, especially as immigrants here in the UK. Welcome. How are you, Buki? It's been a while. All right, so and today I'll be doing it again for the next how many days now? I'll be here till the end of the month every day, where I'll be teaching back to back till the end of the month. So we'll be covering several topics that has to do with investment, understanding the system, dealing with debt and credit here in the UK, talking about how to position yourself so that you can achieve the kind of life you actually came here for, understanding that if you don't walk that pathway for yourself, you might be in a system rolling for another 6, 7, 8 years, and it seemingly looks like nothing is working. We'll have opportunity to talk about the different pathway which we ought to take to get where we want to get to. We'll have opportunity to talk about self-employment, talk about business, talk about investment, talk about insurance, talk about networking, mentoring, accountability. So it's going to be a jumper pack for us, and I'll be doing this from today to the end of this month. All right, so I'll be showing up every day by 6 p.m. UK time to talk about it. So today we'll start with the topic called which I call understanding the system. All right, so what is the system? Somebody would ask me. I like going back sometimes to bring it. How are you doing? Nice to see you, my dear sister. Well done. I'm coming back online now. It's been a long while. She said, I dread coming online. Suddenly I have phobia for streaming. Hey, my big sister. How are you doing? How are you doing, my dear? Timothy in the building. Nice to see you. How is that our other place? One of these days I should come and greet you. We need to come and eat out of your glory so that you can share your glory with us. Longest time, my dear sister. Nice to have you. How's everybody? How are you? I've been offline for a long period of time, but this time I need to at least stir up myself. Let's get to do this. Good to see you too, my dear sister. All right, so like I said, today we'll be talking. Oh, you're doing fine. Awesome. Today we'll be talking. Hope I can still understand how to stream like this. Oh, yeah, today you can do it. You can do it. You have done it before. I believe in you. I believe in you. Guys, I'm enjoying my me alone time, and I'm being honest with you. It's a lot of work, and you need to really appreciate people who come online to share things, information that can be helpful with you to you. And another thing, like I would like to say, is time are in phases, time are in season. There'll be a time whereby you are doing all you're doing now, and there'll come another time whereby you try to do it and you are not just there again, not because of failure, but because something has changed. Your desire, your passion has changed. I think I'm in that season But if there's something I would like to keep again and again, is this Smart Financial Moves series, whereby I'll be coming to stream once every quarter where we'll talk about different financial topics that have impact on us, especially as immigrants here in the UK. Who am I? My name is Jidene, your favorite financial educator, and also a digital marketing consultant here in the UK. I was working as a digital marketing manager for one of the biggest logistics firm, and I resigned about 6 months ago to start my own. And I'm barely 4 years in this country, and it is possible to do all these things. And this is why we're having this conversation. Today, we'll talk about understanding the system. Guys, if you are not following me, you will miss the opportunity to hear this again and again. Why? Because I'll be showing up every day, UK time, 6 p.m. till the end of the month. And please, I will never come to your chat to tell you about any investment or anything like that. Why? Because they're about some fake GDNA accounts that will start bombarding you again with message. Please, it is not from me. Don't fall for them. All right, so today we'll talk about understanding the system. 2022, we came into this country, United Kingdom. I'm in the United Kingdom. No, came into this country, and you could remember when you were coming to this country, you came with, in quotes, that belief that when you get to abroad, life will just be sweet, and everywhere will be fine. When you get to UK, life will just set for you. You just start making the money as quick as possible. But after a while, you got here, you discovered 3 months. One, to get job, go as a dependent now work. You discover that all is not as gloom as booming and as beautiful as it was, always preached to you if you were ever had the opportunity of somebody teaching you or talking to you about it. And I say that to make you understand that the moment you get here, if you don't understand the system, you find out that you are rolling in a circle. And what you don't know is you are working in a organized, calculated system. The system has already been structured to achieve what it wanted to achieve. Remember back then when you got into the country, you just feel that 9 to 5 is easy for those of us who wanted to do corporate job. So imagine being a director in Nigeria, a marketing manager in Nigeria, an accountant in Nigeria, coming into this country and find out that the easiest job that you can see around is the warehouse job. Suddenly if you don't have a strong personality to yourself, it's the easiest way to feel less of yourself. And I'm saying that to make you understand that you cannot come into the system and accept the system to give you the kind of life which you came for. The system was never designed to give you that kind of life. The system was not designed to hand everything to you on a platter of gold. The system was structured for its own intent, not for your own. The system told you that the way to make it here is to come work 9 to 5. Thank you so much. Work 9 to 5, get to a point whereby you retire at 67. After retirement, you get paid your pension, either both personal and state pension, and from there you just continue your life. So the system was designed to make you always depend on it. The system was never designed to make you independent. The system was never designed to give you the wealth you came to look for. Some of you feel, this country, I'm a co-shift, but suddenly you started packing the shift until when you saw your pay slip and you discovered that the more shift you pack, the more you work, the more you are paying as tax. So the reward in this country for doing more work is paying more tax, not keeping more money. And I say that to make you understand that the system was structured. The system was designed not for you. When they gave you that visa, and you got that pass, and you passed through Heathrow or Gatwick or wherever you came into, it was not designed because they wanted to give you abundance or to give you wealth. Don't forget that the major reason why the system was opened to us then was because there was a shortfall. So it wasn't like we were in their mind. They were thinking of these people from the West African country or from the third world that just come in and make you rich. No, it wasn't designed that way. We were actually brought here to solve a problem, not because they wanted us to become wealthy. So if you look at all the immigration rules and everything that is playing out, you get to understand that unfortunately we were brought here as a pawn in the system. So we're not brought here to give us that wealthy life, that we thought we would get when we come here. We're not brought here so that we would have, in quotes, have our own life to our own hand and determine how our life will go. And I say that to make you understand that the first thing for you to do when you enter a system is to understand the system. Is not to be running. We were borrowed. This one don't look like borrow because many of us cannot even go back with the way life is now. Is it the person that sold everything that he had back in Nigeria and came here? And you tell him that if the system is not favoring you, just go back to your country. To start from where? Because we have to be realistic in what we are saying when we are talking. To start from where? The person that has most likely burnt all the bridges, has abused all his friends and family and back in Nigeria. Is it that same person you are telling to go back home? And I'm saying that now you are in the system. In quote, is like you cannot just pack your bag and go. But do you know that this system is actually designed not to make you wealthy if you follow the way the system has been set out? The system was designed to make you feel a void, not to create a life for yourself. And the one that seemingly look like it will give you the life, if you feel that will give you the life, the ILR, they are still dragging it with you, changing the goalposts from today to tomorrow. And I'm saying that to make you know that you have to wake up. Stop waiting for the system to give you the life you came here for. You have to wake up and ask yourself, what is the thing I came here for? How can I achieve the thing I came here for? Now, what is the system designed to make you do? The system was designed to make you come in, look for a job. Why? Because without a job, in fact, the first shock that will get to you when you enter the system is the fact that you don't pay house rent and your bills on a quarterly basis or a yearly basis like in Nigeria or West Africa or wherever you came from. You pay on a monthly basis. So unfortunately, you cannot afford not to work. You don't have access to recourse to public funds. So that's not a conversation. You cannot afford not to work. So you keep working, and some of us are paying back the debt that we brought in from Nigeria or from wherever you came from. So you cannot afford not to be in the flow. Now, the system is designed to make sure you sell your time to them so that they can decide what you can become. So unfortunately, you do that, you start looking for a job, you enter into as a carer for those who came on COS or as a dependent. The easiest work to see is either the 9 to 5 or to see the warehouse job or any other thing that you find yourself. So you keep doing it and you find out that as you collect salary, before the middle of next month, it be like say you no work or you no earn anything last month. Why? Because more than 60% of what came into your hand this month has already gone out again into bills, into council tax, into all these bills. They are deliberate. Why? Because the moment you keep a man in that kind of loop again and again and again, the man knows that he has to keep working to sustain that kind of life. And unfortunately, somebody can do that for another 7 years of his life. Somebody can do that for another 8 years of his life. Somebody can do that. And some people have been doing that for 15, 20, 30 years of their life. I'm not saying so to say it is wrong. I'm saying so to ask you this question. Is this the life, in quote, you said you came to settle for? The children that you say you came here for, that is so that you can give your children a good life. You don't even have time for them. You have you have dedicated them into that educational system. They spend 40 hours. You are going packing shifts. When you should have time for them, you have to resume another second job. Can you see that even the children that you say you came here for, you don't have time to even build them up? Unfortunately, the school system where the children is, they don't push them. If they say they cannot do it, they leave them to it. They say you have tried your best. One day I had my children, I have to face myself and tell myself the truth. When my children do things and they don't get it right, and suddenly you hear them say, I've tried my best. Guys, you need to really pay attention to understand that where is that statement coming from? You get the work where you they do. You say you try your best. Yes, it's coming from a system. The system whereby you don't need to pass before you move to the next class. So you can literally be average all through your primary school days and you keep moving from one class to another, to another, to another. Why? Because promotion in this country is by age. It's not necessarily by your merit or whatever you produce. And unfortunately, that's the system that you have handed over your children to. They are literally building up average children for you unconsciously. And I'm saying we really need to sit down and tell ourselves, what did we come here to do? I had to tell my children, you don't tell me you've tried your best until you get it. Remember back in Nigeria, for those of us who came from Nigeria, there's something we call first position, second position, third position. When you come home and you bring 30th or 27th or 15th position, your parents go ask you, the person will carry first, say he get to end. We feel it was quite a demand on us, but the truth is that was molding something in us, resilience, the ability to stand up and become the best in whatever we are doing. Unfortunately, our children is now in a system whereby that is not a goal. And that child will be rolling 40 hours every week in that kind of structure. Do you know what that child is growing to become? Unfortunately, if you leave your child only to that kind of system, they are growing to become average children. And this is what we came here to settle for. I'm saying that why? Because I'm calling your attention to sit down and ask yourself, why did I come here? Is this the kind of life I really came here to settle for? Is this what life can really be for me? Because if you don't wake up and start asking yourself these sincere questions, you'll find out that next 30 years, 20 years, you can keep rolling. I'm not even talking about children losing their culture. That's a different conversation. But I'm talking about what are we molding out of them. One of the most beautiful things I will say about my son that really touched me for some few months ago is the fact that my children now understand that people don't give you money because they like you. They give you money because of the value you create. Oh, what a blessing. Such a child now understands the game of value creation. Guys, we really need to sit down and start building the kind of life we came here for. We really need to sit down. 9 to 5 is good. There's nothing wrong with it. But I keep telling people that whatever is taking control of your time is literally taking your life. It's all about control. That's another thing you will learn in this country. It is all about control. The system was designed to literally control everything and anything about your life. Guys, if you are joining me for the first time, my name is Jide, your favorite financial educator here on TikTok. And I do something once every quarter called the Smart Financial Move series, whereby we come together, I stream from now till the end of the month, talking about several and different topics. Today, we're talking about understanding the system. Tomorrow, we'll talk about debt and credit score. How do you take care of this thing? We'll talk about investment. We'll talk about budgeting and management. We'll talk about business. We'll talk about career. We'll talk about insurance. We'll talk about several things. Why? Because in this country, I don't know is not tenable in the market space. I don't know is not what you can take to the lawyer and say it's because I did not know, to the court rather, to say it's because I did not know. This country, we know if you do riba, backhand, you know they work for this country. So you find out that you are at the mercy of what you know. It is possible. It is not possible. We are all correct. It's just a product of what we know and what we don't know. And that's why I say your work is first to sit down and ask yourself, how was the system built? What is the system built on? And how can I position myself to have the kind of life I came here for? Guys, if you are not following me, trust me, it will make it difficult for TikTok to keep referring my video to you again and again. But if you follow me, TikTok would always send you notification whenever I come live. And I'll be doing that every day for the next, is it now 8 or 9 days, till the end of this month, 6 p.m. UK time. Your name sounds familiar. Oh, yes, I think it's familiar. Thank you. All right, so for those following me, welcome. Welcome. And please, I will never send you a message talking about investment. Anybody who is doing that is a scammer. There are about 4 or 5 fake Jideneye accounts that will start flooding your account. Trust me, as I'm talking now, by the time I'm done, they'll flood your account. It's not from me. Be careful. Don't lose your money. All right, so it's important for you to understand that. And I like to use this analogy. I can enter a train. I'm living somewhere in Wirral, close to the Liverpool. I can enter a train today and say I want to go to Scotland, and Scotland is up north of where I am. So I got to the train station, I saw a train, and they told me that that train runs at 200 miles per hour. And I entered the train. But unfortunately, the train is moving in the direction of London, which is the south of where I am. You can find out that the train is very fast, it's moving fast, but unfortunately, it's moving not in the direction of where I want to get to. And this is how many of us are actually building our life in the Western world. So we enter into speed mode, pack all the shifts, do all the extra work, pack all the opportunities available. But you are asking yourself, which direction is it taking me to? Who is actually determining my outcome? I say it's good to be a man that can match the throttle and run very fast. But guys, whoever is holding the steering is really the one directing giving direction to where you are going. So energy is important. Do all the work, do all the extra shift. All these things are important. But you should ask yourself, at the long run, where am I heading to? If I work 40 hours and I do additional 30 hours, if you want to kill yourself, you do additional 30 hours, making it 70 hours in a week. And you find out that the more you do, the less you earn. Shouldn't you sit down and ask yourself, is this the only way forward? Why? Because the only person that is happy is the tax man. So for every time you do extra work and earn more, the tax man is clapping and saying, well done. Congratulations, thou wise, and I don't want to say whatever is coming out of my mouth now, but it's not bad to do that. But we need to sit down and build a picture for ourselves. Let me tell my story. We came into the UK October 2022. Yeah, that's roughly almost 4 years from now. We came into the UK. My wife was the main applicant, or what we call the COS holder, and I am the dependent. All right, so we came into the UK from Heathrow Airport, landed in London, got our first place to stay in Dagenham in London. Because my wife is the main applicant, I have to give more priority to our work. That left me with only night shift alone to do all I needed to do. And we have 3 children that we brought into the UK together with. Now, first shock that happened to me was to discover that the only work I can do at the moment I came in was a warehouse job. This is somebody who has had 13, 14 years experience as a digital marketing consultant back in Nigeria. Came in to do warehouse. I remember back then when we came in, it was winter season. I would go to Tesco warehouse. It was a cold room. Tesco warehouse. The money is sweet. I'm not going to lie for you. £23 per hour. Then £23 look like a big money. £18 on the normal day, £23 during the weekend. But something started happening to me. I will come out from the warehouse cold. I go enter streets. I could not feel the difference between the cold temperature outside and my body again. Why? Because where I'm coming from has restructured the entire temperature of my body. I will enter into the room. Bro, I'm not gonna lie for you. We will not put on heater then. I will off my clothes and be sleeping with ordinary singlet, and I will not feel a bit of cold. Why? Because my entire body system has been reconfigured based on where I am working. But unfortunately, that is what we had to do then, and I had to do it. Then after a while, my wife employer said we needed to move from Dagenham, where we are, to a new branch they opened in Watford. It is in this country I discovered that you have money doesn't mean you can rent house. Renting house and looking for a job, they are almost the same kind of work. Why? Start looking for house. I stopped working in December that year. Stopped working. Believing that by January we go get house, we go just move to where we want to go. Bro, imagine traveling all the way from Dagenham to Watford to look for house, back to back, just to do viewing. Guys, we did not get anything till the month of March, and I've stopped working in December because I felt we will move quickly. Guy, thank God for the savings I have done while I was working in the warehouse. That was able to carry me for that period. But we could not get a house at Watford because it was quite expensive, just like London. So we had to move outskirts of that place. We were in Luton. The first house we got in Luton was for £1,450 per month. Don't forget, I stopped working in December. We got to Luton in March, April, and May. March, April, and May. I could not get a job. And I had to pay house rent, £1,450 per month. I had to pay council tax with my wife. My wife was working for a Nigerian care company then. And you know how our people used to behave. There were days it came in, and in a month, all she brought in was £800. £800 in a month. £800. Our house rent was £1,450. Guys, that is where I knew the value of having extra skill. I know how to design websites. I know how to do advertising. I know how to run campaigns and things like that. I started calling different care company. Since my wife is in care, calling care company to see if you don't have a website, I can help you build your website. I had somebody who gave me a project to manage a campaign. Suddenly, those things were able to help me during that period. Guys, there were periods I woke up and I was crying. That God, no be the kind of life where I pray for be this. If anybody had told me that this is the kind of life I would experience if I had come here, most likely I might not. So I came there, I put in for work, looking for digital marketing roles, but unfortunate was sleeping on unfortunate, was sleeping on unfortunate, was sleeping on unfortunate. So warehouse, me, I not like care work. So warehouse seemingly looked like the only one I could do then. After a while, God helped me. I was able to get a night shift warehouse job in a car parts company in Luton. So when my wife has gone in the morning, I was the one that will stay with the children all through the day. By night, when she comes, me, I can go for my night shift. So there will nothing like you and your wife there on top same bed at night. Waiting be that. That was luxury. So I would do that warehouse job. For why? Say when you start a warehouse job or you start a job, then they will not promote NI. And I think NI, I'm not sure if it's tax also. They will not remove it for the first few months or first few pay. So that money was able to cater for my bills at that point in time. But when they introduced the tax and NI, the money was not able to even pay for my house rent again at the end of every month. Until I met an Indian guy in that same warehouse and said, guy, there's Amazon. At Amazon, you can get good pay and you get more shifts and more jobs. Amazon was at Milton Keynes. I was in Luton. Amazon was at Milton Keynes. If you know, there are STN8 at Milton Keynes. That was the Amazon company at Milton Keynes. That's how I told myself, guy, oh yeah, it's time to move to Amazon. Don't forget, it's only night shift I could do because my wife had to do day because she was the main applicant. So I started Amazon. Now, let me tell you how our story looks like. We wake up 5:30 a.m. every morning to have our family prayer, family altar. After we do that, by 6 o'clock, my wife would have to leave so that she can meet up for her 7 o'clock duty at Watford. We're living in Luton. Luton to Watford was like 40 minutes drive. So she would drive all the way to Watford to attend her first shift. So while she has driven and she has gone, the kids are on me, 3 children. I will be the one at 6 when she go. I can still sleep to around 7:30, thereabout. By 7:30, I have to wake the 3 children, prepare them for school, feed them for school, then take them to school. My last born then was not in year 1, so he was in F1 then. So he was not entitled to 30 hours shift, 30 hours every week in school. He had only 15 hours. That means if he goes to school, we have to spread that 15 hours in 5 days. That means he goes to school for only 3 hours every day. So if he goes by 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, that guy is back home. So it means that guy, I have to be on him or be with him till 3 o'clock when I go to pick the elderly ones. Then get them ready, eat their dinner, make sure they are ready to go to bed. Why? Because Popsy needs to go and resume night shift around 7 and I have to leave by 6 o'clock so that I can get the bus and get there by 7. So I'll do my night shift till 3:30 a.m. If there's extra shift, I'll push it till 4:30 a.m. So that by 5:30, I'm getting back home. 5:30, if I get home, remember I say my wife must wake up by 5:30 to pray because she go out by 6:30, 6:30. So we pray again. So imagine that's the kind of life I was living for the first 1-2 years of being in the UK. I was 40-year old when I came into this country, and I remember then I had to go and do this checkup. You know, when you are 40, you are given the opportunity to have this checkup, done. And when I was doing the checkup, the lady said, "Your blood pressure is high." I said, "I know." I said, "I know the blood pressure is high." She said, "Which kind of work are they do?" Well, I tell her, saying, "A warehouse job." I told her the kind of shift I run. He said, "Wow, you have to look for time to rest." Which time? Where is the time to rest? There was no time to rest. So I had to keep rolling like that in that circle again and again and again for months. Guys, until something happened. And this is what I'm talking about. You have to sit down and understand the system. I was fortunate to meet some people at Amazon. At Amazon, I discovered that there are people who are doing care work at day, do warehouse at night shift. So I say, Jide, you are lazy. You too, you have to do second job. You can push it. I see I'm now, get too head. You too, you can do it. So I opted on another WhatsApp group where they are sharing jobs, or where you can get another kind of job, at least something that is suitable for me and my, and not consider say me, they are the take care of children. So I won't do the second job until I attended the church. Guys, it's not about the church necessarily. It's about the people I met. I attended a church whereby when I was welcome as a first timer, the deacon that handed me over to somebody, he told me that, "Look at this person, is a digital marketer, is working for a company, she is a project manager, he is a data analyst." And to be shocking, the most shocking thing is all of them were young, were almost the same age. A boat sounded loud in my head. I knew I was looking for the second job, but suddenly I knew that the second job I was looking for was not a second warehouse job. Neither was it a care job or a cleaning job. Why? Because suddenly I saw people wey no get two head, wey no get three head, and they are doing or living in the reality of their dream. Guys, the people you land into their hand when you come into this country has every chance of making or marring you. If I land into the hand of people that all they can see is warehouse job, all they can see is care out, no shade to those kind of jobs, please understand. It's no shade. It's all about, is this what you came here for? If that is all I can see, guys, there's no way they can give me more than what they have. And that's why when you see people who have been ahead of us, before we this post-COVID generation, these our new takers, when the old takers, they say we are loud. Instead of seeing us as daring, they see us as loud. No offense. But the point I'm saying is, if you had entered into such hand, most of the kind of things they will tell you are the things they have experienced. Except God help you, you enter into a circle of people that came in, and in less than 1-2 years, they are living in the reality of their dream. Guys, I say that to say this, that you don't need to be here for long before you enter into the reality of what you came here to settle for. All you need to do is be in the right circle and understand the system. The system was never designed to give you the kind of life you came here for. The system was designed for a purpose, not with you in mind. You are just part of the thing that the system is using. So when you come into a foreign land, or diaspora as the word is called, you have to sit down and understand that if I keep working the way the system was designed, then will it take me to the kind of life I am here to look for? Do you know how painful it is to work, bam, and to earn salary, and to find out that the middle of next month you cannot have anything to show to your name? Back then when we were in Luton, I was in overdraft debt of minus 2,800 per se na steady. Do you know what it does to your mind to feel that it is normal to live in negative balance? When does your mind want to wake up to know it can build something positive? So you have to sit down and understand what is the conditioning. If you keep rolling in this same circle again and again, what does it condition you to be? Is it not shocking to you that nowhere in the system was there a curriculum or a system designed to help you know how to break into wealth? If they know, even your employee, most of your manager no go come work again. So the system is structured to help you look for job. The system does not structure to create job easily, to tell you how to create job. The system was not structured to tell you how to manage your finance and make your money work for you. Why? Because the moment you are empowered, guys, remember I said it's all about control. The moment you are empowered, you get loosed from the shackles of the system. Guys, the system was never designed to make you wealthy. Stop waiting for the system to hand over to you what it was not designed to give you. Stop. So you have to sit down and understand what you are using as a means to grow your life, or to build, in quotes, the life you came to UK to look for. So the system was never designed to give you the kind of life you came for. The system was never designed to make you wealthy. Have you sat down to ask yourself, the vehicle that you are jumping on, how would your old age be if you continue with this vehicle? How do I mean? So the system was designed to make sure you look for a job. When you are working, you pay your tax, you pay your NI contribution. And at retirement, your private pension and whatever you have in NI contribution will take care of your old age. Have you sat down to ask yourself, what is that state pension going to look like for you at old age? I don't like bad news, but I would like to, at least, let me take you a little bit further so that you can see what you are grinding life on. Now, if you look at your pay slip have two kind of deduction that are there formally. Number one, your tax. Number two, your NI contribution. All right, your tax is what you pay. If you like it or not, you go pay them. All right, if you're on the basic, you pay 20%. If you are earning beyond the basic, you pay 20 plus 4, you pay 40% or whatever is above the basic, depending on how much you earn. Then let me talk about this NI, because that NI is what is meant to take care of your future when you retire and you don't have energy to work again. Now, for you to get NI, or to get what we call state pension in the UK, you must have paid NI contribution for a minimum of 10 years. A minimum of 10 years. What does that mean? It means that I did not say you must have been in the country for a minimum of 10 years. You must have been working and paying your NI for a minimum of 10 years before you ever even qualify to get NI at all. Retirement age currently in the UK is 67, right? That means anybody that came into this country after 57 years old most likely will never get NI contribution, state pension. But you know the funniest thing? Government will keep deducting NI from you. Even though they know you will most likely never get state pension, they will keep. That's not even the bad one. Let's just continue. You keep paying, and this is what you are using to build the future, your retirement plan. That's number one. Now, for you to get the full state pension, no be juju be that. For you to get the full state pension, guys, please, I need you to be tapping so that TikTok no go tell me say we'll get 5 minutes more. And please, when you join, just drop your heart me. I'm not going to ask you for coin. I don't do that here. Do you understand? Just drop it. You know what it tells TikTok? It tells TikTok that you are part of this community and you are enjoying what you are learning. It's less than 0.01 pound. You understand? Just drop it. One coin. That's that love at me there. That is all. Thank you so much. Guys, trust me, this next 10 days will be one of the best days of your life. Thank you so much. Thank you. It will be one of the best. Why? Because you go to hear things will go direct you in the right direction you need to go to. Thank you. All right. So back to my conversation. Now, for you to get the full NI, full state pension, you must have been contributing NI for a minimum of 35 years. You must have been contributing. Man, turn to my board. I won't make you see my face. But TikTok, they do something of late. If I change to my board without showing my face, it will limit my stream. All right, so I will join with another account of mine that I have here. All right. Sorry. Sorry, that was a mistake. So I'll join with this my other account so I can just show my face so that TikTok no go limit our stream while I turn to my board. I like showing things practically so that people go see wetin we dey talk. All right, so this is me. Is my real face, no be fake, na real me. All right, so I'll turn to my board now and let's have some conversation. Where is my face again? I want to turn to my board. Please, if you are joining me for the first time, just hit the follow button so that TikTok can keep notifying you about my stream. I'll be doing this till the end of the month, showing up every day, 6 p.m. UK time. Guys, I'm a little bit rusty right now. I'm trying to see how I can flip my camera. Now, the only thing what they look for seems be that, yes, I've gotten it finally. All right, so I believe you can see my board. You can see my board, right? All right, so I told you state pension. State pension is a result of your NI contribution. For you to collect at least the minimum amount of state pension, you must have done NI contribution for a minimum of 10 years. I'm not saying you should have been in the UK for 10 years. You must have contributed this thing for a minimum of 10 years so that you can get the minimum amount in state pension. Now, for you to get the full state pension, you must have done NI contribution for a minimum of 35 years of your life so that you can get the full amount. Now, retirement age currently is 67 years of age, right? If I deduct 35 from 67, it means you ought to have been in the UK and working from age 32 years for you to be even qualified to get this full state pension. I don't need to tell you that some of us are automatically disqualified from. I don't need to tell you that some of us, no matter how hard you work, you will never ever get the full state pension. Why? We did not come in at age 32. Some of us came in 35, some of us 37, some of us 40, some of us 45. We came into this country. And this is what many of us are following in the system to decide what our life will be at retirement. What of 33? Just add 35 to it. That makes you 68. It means except they change retirement age to 68-year-old, then you can get the full. Now, that is not even the, in quotes, that's one layer of bad news. The other layer is, have you sat down to ask yourself, what is the full maximum state pension if you even qualify for it? Currently, the full maximum state pension, because they've increased a little bit, is £241 per week. In a month, it is £1,046 per month. So imagine somebody we don't use in life, work hard, serve the system till you are 67. When you did not have energy to work again, no power to push again, they now told you that somebody that was earning about £2,000 per month or 2,500 or 3,000 per month, that after you have worked hard to serve the country and to serve the system, that they will be giving you a whopping sum of £1,046 as state pension at the end of every month. And unfortunately, this is the same thing that many of us are using to determine what our life will be. Guys, if you are not following me, trust me, you'll be missing out in some things that you'll be hearing for the next 10 days that can transform your experience here in this country. And by this country, I mean UK, or for anybody who is in diaspora. How do you follow me? You will ask. Just click the plus button beside my name. That is how to follow me. So you find out that many of us are using vehicles in quotes, created by the system. And you are asking yourself, you work all your hard life now. Hope you know as you are getting older, the energy to push is not there again. You will not have that energy to keep doing all these things that you are pushing. Now you can do extra shifts, you can do 40 hours, you can do many things. There will come a time in your life whereby you will not have energy to do those things again. Let me turn my board again. I want to draw a diagram so that you can understand what is the natural pathway for many of us as we grow in life. Everyone in life, this diagram would have a place whereby you find yourself in this diagram. All right, so I call this one, let me call it productivity axis. All right, and I'll call this one time. Every one of us will find ourselves at different phases. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. One of the best things you can do is share with all your friends so that you can be hearing the same thing. Why? Because a man is the average of the 5 people that he has around him. How much did I say full state pension? All right, so guys, let me quickly talk about that full state pension. I've given you the analogy for state pension. But do you know that you can know what you will be earning as state pension right now? You can even know it. That means if you keep working the way you are working now, you can have an idea. Every one of us should go to our app store when we are done and download the HMRC app. The HMRC app is good for you and you need to download it. Why? Because it will help you. Thank you so much, Shido. It will help you, number one, to know the tax you are paying. You will know there are some employers that are dubious. They will not pay your full tax the way it's meant to pay. You will know what has been paid since the day you started working in this country. Now, inside that same HMRC app, you will know what is your state pension at retirement. I checked my own some months back, and HMRC told me that at retirement, I'll be getting £708 per month. And I was working as a digital marketing manager for one of the big logistics firms in this country. But there's no way I can do 35 years again. I came in at 40. So roughly I have 27 years to retirement, right? They say £780 per month. So imagine what life would be when you don't have energy to work again, and this is what you are depending on to run you. You see why some people are still doing extra shift even after retirement, after their old age. They will still do 10 hours, still do 5 hours here. Why? Because the money is not enough to take care of them. Make God can't help them. They get mortgage, join them. Apart from the fact that working on your salary alone is a very thick time bomb here in this country. You've heard story of many things happening to people. So imagine you don't start lifestyle inflation already when you entered into UK. You have got car on car finance. Tomorrow we'll talk about credit and debt. Man, no start today. You've got car on car finance. You have a mortgage already to your name. You understand? And all you are using to survive is your salary. God forbid something happened to your salary. Then you will know that you are cooked. I'm saying that to make you understand that the moment you sit down and understand the system, you find out that you have to restructure the way you are working things so that it can be in your favor. The work knows, the system knows that your salary is not enough to cater for you. They know it. They know it already. They know that if they keep it that way, people can easily protest and carry placard. But they also created a financial system to buffer. Now, your salary is not enough to take care of you, but they are willing to give you overdraft of £3,000 when they know that is even more than your monthly salary sometimes. Your salary is not enough to take cater for you, but they are ready to give you credit cards so that you can use it on consumable debts. Why? So that at least you have hope that you can survive. And don't forget, hey, I won't enter tomorrow class already. Don't let me be tempted. Hope you know that overdraft and credit card is a product, is not a benefit. So the system is find it easy to borrow you money, but it's difficult for them to increase your salary, except when minimum wage increase by another 50p. By another 50p. So your salary is increasing by 50p. But you have readily access to credit around you. So you are living feeling you are doing well when you are actually not doing well. So we really need to sit down and understand the system. Let me turn my board again. I believe I've answered the question for the person that asked about that pension. Guys, if you are not following me, trust me, you'll be missing things that will help you save money. So indirectly, you might be missing and losing money. Now, everybody, this is practically our life. Anybody, this is practically our life. 0 to 18. 18, may I call it to 55. Then there's another age, 18 to 67, which is retirement, right? Then average life expectancy here in the UK, let's just call it 88 years. Everybody will go through this trajectory in life. From 0 to 18, nobody expects you to perform or produce anything. So you are a dependent here. You depend on people to feed. You depend on people for your livelihood. You can cry and tell your mommy, I'm not eating this, I want to eat that. So nobody is expecting you to build anything, in quotes, out of life. If you have children in that class, they are in a system where they are telling them, just take it easy. Even if you don't pass it, you can try it another day. So nobody is building resilient spirit in them. Nobody is building a spirit to let them know that if you don't go the extra mile, you will settle for an average life. So unfortunately, they are building people that would most likely not find themselves at an advantage point later in life. So 0 to 18. Legally, nobody is expecting you to fend for yourself. Then from 18
playing from blessed
to 55, I call this a gift. Why is it a gift? This is a gift. Why? Because this is a period whereby you can build something for yourself. So it's a season to build. It's a season to create. So people start creating career pathway for themselves. But unfortunately, the only kind of build and create many of us do in this phase is being an employee. So we use the most active season of our life, the most energetic season of your life, whereby you can choose to do 60-hour shift in a week and you rise up again the next day and you keep pushing. Unfortunately, many of us use this season just as employee. Employee is not bad though, but it is dangerous. Why? Because after this phase, you are entering into another phase whereby many of us will become advisors. I'll get there very soon. But this is a phase whereby there's a limit to how much you can earn. This is a phase whereby they only pay you if they find you relevant. This is a phase whereby, unfortunately, when you start getting to this age, 55, many of us have lost steam to career development, career progression, career growth. Many of us have lost that steam. Many of us will stop going for conferences. At this phase, if you are not careful, if you don't find yourself in a higher space in your career field, either as a director or as a manager, it's almost as though you are missing the bus or you are late for the bus. Why? Because at this age that you are, that you did not take time to really build in a way that is lasting. Employee or being an employee is not a bad place to start, but a place whereby what you can earn is determined by what your employer thinks of you. In a place whereby what you can become is determined by what another man thinks of you. And unfortunately, you are using your most active season to do that alone. Now, you will meet some people in this age 55 to 67. That is when they will start telling you, if you meet those people who have come ahead of you, and they will tell you that it is not easy in this country. It is only when you know people, or if you are, it's the reason why you cannot get that job was because you are a black man. It's because there's racism, blah, blah, blah. You start hearing advice that if you are not careful, will not take you in the direction you want to go to. So you feel them building. This is a phase whereby you should have built legacy. Legacy simply means what will take care of your future. What will take care of you when you don't have time to work again? Why? Because there will be a time whereby they will beg you with only 10-hour shift. Your body will tell you you cannot do it again. Your body will never tell you that. If they will ask you to do extra shift, your body will say no. If it is they lie, go to the fields tomorrow with your children and go and do 100 meters race. Come back and tell me who was panting fast. That is your body telling to you that you are not as young as you think you used to be. There will be a age whereby you see me now. I don't remove white beard small. Is my body telling me that this is the season where many of us came into the UK? But unfortunately, we are only using that season to build another man's business. We are using that season to create another man's dream. And the man is only keeping us as relevant as he thinks we are. The moment he doesn't find me relevant again, he looks for the next young chap that is coming behind me. Now, with the advent of AI, many of us are getting lazy that we are not even willing to learn AI. Trust me, there's one 18-year-old, 20-year-old boy that will soon come and take your position. It's not a course. It's the natural thing you find in employment setting. Why? Because the guy is looking for bigger, better ways in which you can do the same thing you are doing. I heard the story of a director in a construction company, a finance director. The finance director was paid around 70k, 80k thereabout as salary. Then suddenly they recruited a young chap. And the young chap started introducing something gradually to the company, using AI to break down and reduce the hours they spend on system. Guys, this is where you know the bitter truth of an employment system. Nobody set up their company because they are NGOs. It's for profitability and from cutting down costs and maximizing return profitability. Then the owner of the company, the CEO, started paying attention to that young chap. So you know what he did? He started investing into AI things that guy mentioned. But he will say whatever that guy has done, he should show it to that finance director, so that the finance director can vet and approve it first before they use it. Then over time, they found out that what that guy is doing would need little or no contribution from the finance director. Why? Because the guy was getting it done well and faster. The director was shining in quotes, right? Why? Because his department is now delivering faster. But from a business owner perspective, he looked at it and built that system very well, to the point whereby they were able to make that system automated and it run automatically without the influence of another person. Now, what was the story of the director? After a while, the director was forced into early retirement from that company. Why? Because why would I need to keep paying somebody 70,000 per annum? Because of age, years of experience, for something that person does, and it takes a long time to achieve that thing. When there's a young chap that is willing to collect 35,000 pounds per annum and can achieve the same result in a shorter time, the director was forced into early retirement because of AI. Guys, nobody is safe with the advent of AI except for some few job roles. Even we in tech, me that was a digital marketer for a logistics firm, I just told myself that it's just a matter of time. AI will practically be doing everything I am doing. So why do they need to keep me? I'm saying that. Why? Because if we don't sit down and make the most of this active season of our life, we'll be so shocked. What the rude shock of what the future will be like will be so shocking. Guys, while I'm saying that, please, wherever you find yourself in your industry, in your workplace, go to that connecting point between technology and your field. That is where the future is. Connecting point between technology and your field. Don't play with it. For those who are still going to be doing 9 to 5, I said, may I punch that one in. All right, so let's go back to our board and continue. So we started with 0 to 18, 18 to 55. Then 67, you are retired. They force you to retire. Now you have retired. Now, the unfortunate thing is between 60 and 88, whatever you did here during this active season of your life is what will determine what this phase of your life would be like.
This is another dependency phase, whereby you depend on the system, depend on your pension, depend on what you have worked on or worked for to take care of you. Now, what your life will be like in this place is determined by what you are spending this period of your life, 18 to 55, 6. Some people are still planning to work till retirement, so that by 67 they can carry their wife to ballet and go and do honeymoon. So when do you want to really have time to enjoy the life you came here to settle? Can you see something I'm saying about the system? If you don't sit down and understand that the system was structured not in your advantage, but to make sure you are there to keep managing and making sure the system is running, you find out that you are running at a high speed, but you are moving in the wrong direction. Now, somebody will ask me, what is the work or what is the way out? I will start by saying this. Whatever you can do to return control back into your hand, I will clap for you. Remember, I told you I came into this country roughly 4 years ago. Started from warehouse job, moved from warehouse job, got into a digital marketing executive role with one of the biggest logistics firm here in this country. After 5 months, I was promoted to a digital marketing manager. I was practically the only black person I know when we do our meetings. That's number 2. Worked there for 2 years. After 2 years, resigned from 9 to 5 to start my own. Everything within the space of 4 years. And by the grace of God, God has also blessed us with we have our own house. We're not in a... So I'm saying this, why? For 2 reasons. Not to brag, to let you know that it's doable. It is possible. That's number 1. Number 2, to let you know that the moment you sit down and understand the pathway that really makes for a good life in this country, you find out that this country is not a place for suffering. It's not everybody in the UK that is struggling. No, I like to say that, and I say it respectfully, especially to those who are struggling with money and things. It's not everybody that is struggling. No. It's not. And I'm being honest with you. God sees me. If lie is the only thing left, I'll close my live stream and go. It is not. It is not everybody that is struggling. And I came into this country with £0 when I came in. £0. Guys, anything that controls your time and by extension controls how much you can earn is literally controlling your life and the trajectory of your future and your outcome. So the work is for you to sit down and ask yourself, how can I move the control back into my hand gradually? It's not a overnight thing. It's a gradual process. Guys, if you are not following me, trust me, you'll be doing things that will make you keep wasting time and money on this internet. I will never come to your DM to tell you about any investment or anything. Anybody that does that is a scammer. There are about 4 or 5 fake Jideneye accounts using my name to come to your account. Please, it's not from me. Don't fall for them. Follow me so that TikTok can notify you whenever I'm live streaming. All right. So your work is to transfer control back into your hand. And how do you do that? The major place where the control is not necessarily the ILR. I'm being honest with you, it's not necessarily the ILR. I have students in my community who are British citizens. Having a paper, having your ILR does not change your financial situation overnight. It's not the ILR. The ILR is not what will change and bring control back into your hand. If you keep running this system and you get your ILR today, guys, you'll be shocked that you will most likely keep running that same system again. Why? Because you've not understood what actually makes for that life you came here for. So ILR is good. It helps you to know you have a stand in this country. But most importantly, you must know that it's about economy. Whatever determines your economy, the ability to earn, what you can do, what you can become, when you can wake up. Winter is coming very soon. Many of us Nigerians and Africans, the extra shifts wey Oyinbo no do, we go pack am again. We'll go to work during winter, not because we like it, but we don't have a choice. So we are not working because we like our job. We are working because we need the money that is coming from it so that we can keep running the life. I don't want to use the word the rat race that the system has set down for us. How many of us can afford not to work for 1 month and life will be set? Guys, I've not collected salary for 6 months. And I don't have ILR yet. So the moment you transfer control back into your hand, you're already putting yourself in the trajectory for a good life. Now, what is your assignment? Your assignment is to sit down and ask yourself, what can I do? What can I do that if, for instance, what I am earning in a year is £10,000, what can I do outside my 9 to 5 salary that can move me to a point whereby 20% of my annual livelihood can come from another stream? How do I mean? Guys, I'm not here to sell anything. Just open your mind. Don't let anything. I'm not here. You not go hear me say, come and buy this. That's not what I'm saying. It's to open your mind and start thinking. That's my work here. What can I do so that I can start moving from 100% dependent on salary or a system where I don't have control to start creating a system where I have control? If all you can do between now and the next 1 year is to look for things that you can create that can bring in 20% of your monthly expenses or your income, I will clap for you. Why? Because it's all about control. It's all about control. Anybody who is controlling my time is controlling my life. Many of you came from Nigeria. 10 years experience, sales, insurance, 10 years experience, administration, 10 years experience, baker, 10 years experience in different stream and different things. And you came into this life, this place, to just narrow yourself and shrink yourself to what the system has to offer. Guys, you have to start waking up and knowing that many a times what you need for the future you are looking for is actually in your hand. It says, I took your advice 3 months ago. The first thing I did was to stop overtime and start building a business. This is my joy. For me, this is my joy. You have to start asking yourself, how can you create the... I said I was able to leave my 9 to 5. We bought a house and several things we've done. It's not 9 to 5. I won't lie to you. It's not 9 to 5. It is not 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is good, is a starting point. I'll talk about that in one of our conversations. How can I move from one quadrant, one phase to another? 9 to 5 is a starting point. But don't be deceived waiting for the system to hand you that life you came here to settle for. Guys, if you are joining me for the first time, my name is Jideneye, your favorite financial educator. I like talking to people of my color. Why? Because we came into this country to look for something. And I like talking to us about different things that can help us position ourselves to have the best life we came here for. I do something once every quarter, which I call the Smart Financial Move series, whereby I come every day, 6 p.m. UK time. For the next 10 days, I'll be showing up every day. We have several topics. See, I have everything written down here. We'll come here today. I started talking about understanding the system. Tomorrow we'll talk about debt and credit score. Many people have told you that you need a credit card to build your credit score. Lori Ro. How do we deal with debt? How do we build this credibility that we are looking for here in the UK? How are you doing, bro? Or sis? Budgeting and money management system. I tell you, it's not so much of how much you make. It is how much you keep at the long run. That's what determines your future. It's not how much you make. We'll sit down, we'll look at the cash flow of a salary earner against a business. What is your advantage and how should you position yourself? We talk about the 4 quadrants. We talk about career growth. We talk about self-employment. We talk about business. We talk about insurance and protecting your wealth, how to build assets as against liability. We talk about networking, mentoring, and accountability. There's this saying I say, if you have 5 poor people around you, guy, count where they be 6, no be 5. Why? You are the average of the 5 people you have around you. You are the average of the 5 people you have around you. Your story can change better if you change your circle. We'll talk about how can we do it the right way. What are the kind of relationship you have? There's the vertical, there's the horizontal relationship. How do I build a credible one? We talk about investment. Guys, in this is something I am, by the grace of God, I have strength in. My investment portfolio last year alone gave me about 47% return here in this UK, and it's all tax free. So I'll take my time, teach you about investment also. So you find out that these next 10 days will be one of the best days you would ever experience on TikTok. Trust me. And please don't miss it for anything. That's why I say if you are not following me, click the follow button so that TikTok can notify you when I'm live. And I come live every day till the end of this month. I'll be live by 6 p.m. UK time every day. I am done for today. My conversation is done for today. Tomorrow we'll talk about debt. This game called debt and all this thing called credit card and credit score. What is the right way to go about it? And how can I make sure I'm building it the right way so that I can have it to my advantage? You will need it when you want to buy your mortgage. I used my own when I own. There are several ways to do it the right way. So we'll sit back and have that conversation tomorrow. Give a recap of what you said today. Bro, what I will do for you, or sis, I don't know if it's a bro or a sis. What I'll do for you is I would also upload it on my YouTube channel. I'll be doing that. Once I'm done, I'll download it from TikTok and upload it on my YouTube channel. How do you get to my YouTube channel? Somebody would ask. Let me see if I can show you. Just 1 second, guys. How do you get to my YouTube channel? So all you need to do, excuse me, please. Let me just confirm. Guys, I will not come to your DM to message you. If anybody is doing that, it's a scammer. Trust me, they'll start messaging you. It's not from me. Please be careful so that you don't fall to scams. Please, so I beg you, I will never come to DM you. All right, so how to get to my YouTube channel is quite easy. Let me write it here so that you can see it. I'll turn to my board again. Just 1 second. Jide. You can actually check me on YouTube. You'll see it. jideneye.com/YouTube. Just 1 second. I want to confirm I'm right. It's because of who asked. That's why I'm doing this. So that you can have opportunity to go back and listen to it again and again. All right, beautiful. So you go to this page, this link. Just screenshot it. When we are done, I will upload it tonight by the grace of God. Jideneye, my name, jideneye.com/YouTube. Please screenshot it. Jideneye. Somebody can type it so I can pin it. jideneye.com/YouTube. All right. This is the link. It will take you to my page. This is it. All right, so you will have access to the videos I've had in the past as well when you visit it. So guys, we'll meet again tomorrow, 6 p.m. UK time. Thank you so very much. Please don't fall for scammer. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much, Bukola. Please, I will never come to your DMO to tell you about anything. Anybody who is doing that is not from me. So we'll meet again 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow. If you are not following, click the follow button and see you guys tomorrow. Have a beautiful week. How many of you can say, thank God it is Monday? That's the life. Thank you, sis. How are you? That's the life. Thank God it is Monday. Not, oh God, it is Monday again. It is doable and it is possible. Me, I can say, thank God it is Monday, actually. So it's doable. See you again tomorrow, guys. Love you so much. I love you. There is nothing you can do about it. This top, we must get there together. Have a lovely night, Bye-bye.